which means we have officially reached the point where it is only 10 days until I leave the UK and go back home for good, which is super wild to think about. It seriously feels like I just got here. But I do have one more really fun thing planned. Tomorrow I'm going to London for the last time and going to meet Katie there, and we are going to a Mary Poppins themed high tea at the Shard that my mom gifted me for Christmas. It's gonna be fancy and cute, and I'm gonna be dressed up, and I'm super excited about that. And then right after the tea, I'm going to a tattoo parlor where I'm going to be getting a tattoo to commemorate my time here. It is also going to be Mary Poppins themed, so it's just going to be a very Mary Poppins day. But I think that's pretty appropriate, seeing how Mary Poppins has been such an important theme for me during this trip. And that's kind of the last big thing I'm doing before it's time to start packing up and heading home. So I literally just walked in the door from my day in London. The tea was really cool. I'll talk about that more later. But I also got my tattoo today, and I was gonna videotape more of the process of like getting the tattoo and like the parlor and stuff, but I like didn't have my phone on me and didn't want to be like rude or weird about it with the artist, so I just sort of like didn't. But I'm gonna show you guys now. It's bandaged up right now, so I'll show you guys now. So we'll do a little setup right here. Hopefully that works and you can see it. Ooh. Feels like I'm wearing a corset. Didn't mean to do that. No, it's off first. Hopefully that's okay. I should have taken this off before I revealed the tattoo. I just got so excited. That's fine. Let's more of this excess ink off. Okay, so if you can't tell what it is the Mary Poppins umbrella, and it says, like in the umbrella, it says "Nowhere to Go But Up," which is one of the songs from the newer movie, which has kind of been my mantra this whole time. Whenever I was feeling like stressed or down or lonely or sad or missing home or whatever, I would just sort of like think that and play the song, and it just reminded me that like things can only get better from here, and to just like look at things from a positive and joyful outlook. So I thought that that was a really meaningful and perfect tattoo to kind of like commemorate this whole study abroad experience, and it looks like exactly how I wanted it, honestly even better than how I wanted it to look. It's super cool. Oh my god, it's perfect. I love it. I couldn't be happier. So yeah, that was like a big part of my day today. Super cool. Okay, so it is the next day. I was gonna talk more about the tea last night, but I ended up FaceTiming my mom and showing her the tattoo and all that stuff. Plus I was really tired and just wanted to go to bed. It was super, super fun. We walked in and it was just this like the most fancy place I've probably ever been. It was in the Shard, and it was on the 32nd floor, so we had this beautiful view of the River Thames, and the Tower of London was in the distance. So pretty, and all of the like dishes and things were so cute and themed, and it was beautiful, and I loved it. And then obviously my tattoo was really, really cool. So we're down to 8 days left in the UK, and I don't have a whole lot going on the next couple of days. It's really just about sort of saying goodbye to my campus and my friends and packing. I actually had to say goodbye to Katie yesterday after the tea because she's doing like a month of traveling around Europe with her dad, and by the time that she's back in Birmingham to like grab her stuff and go, I'll have already left. You know, Katie's like the first friend that I made here, and it's weird to say goodbye not knowing when we're gonna see each other next. Hopefully she'll make it to the States. She wants to come for Thanksgiving or for Mardi Gras in New Orleans. Packing is like super daunting. There's like, as you can see, I have a lot of shit. I'll give you guys an update later on how like packing and stuff is going, but it's crazy. Okay, we are 5 days away from me leaving Europe. I've got a lot of feelings going on. Mostly right now it's just a lot of stress. Not a lot of stress, but just like a significant amount. I started packing today. I spent most of today doing laundry and packing. And sort of making a game plan for how I want to go about packing, because I'm a person who really likes to plan, to have structure and order. I don't do well when there's not like a game plan. And so this task of packing has been very daunting. There's a lot of stuff that I can't pack until the morning that I leave, or like right before the night that I leave, just because I need to use it up until then. And I don't like that, because I'm like constantly making checklists of like, okay, but will this fit? Will this fit? I wish I could just pack it all right now and just know that everything's good to go, but I can't do that. So I've like pulled the clothes that I'm gonna wear for the rest of the week so that I could pack everything else. This anxiety over how to pack has been causing me to feel this way that I sort of refer to as just like feeling stuck. I find myself like a lot of times when I'm getting ready, or I don't know, in the middle of packing or doing whatever, just like completely freezing and like zoning out. It's hard to put words to it, but it's just like my brain is thinking of so many things and racing so fast, trying to create a plan or think through things for the 10th time, that I just sort of feel a little debilitated. And it's not awful, like obviously I'm still getting up and doing things and making it happen. I've just noticed that the past couple of days, especially like in my morning routine, or like while I'm going about sort of more trivial things throughout my day, I just sort of like, I stop, because my brain is like, well, what about this? What about this? Think about this. I know you've already thought this through, but think about it again. And it's just very frustrating. So I will be really happy when I am done with this part of it. I like traveling, but I don't like all of the stuff that exists around traveling. I don't like packing. I don't like getting to the airport. I don't like being in the airport. The constant anxiety that I will have forgotten to check in, or that something will go wrong with my boarding pass, or I'll miss a flight, or I'll do this or that or whatever, lose my baggage. I hate it. I think I hate it because there's a lot outside of my control, which I don't love that. It's a good thing that I don't have too much going on this week. That way I can really spend the time that I need to make sure that everything is organized, everything is in its place. On track today, I've gotten all my clothes packed, other than these clothes, which I washed and have to dry, and that was the goal for today. Tomorrow I will start taking down all of the pictures and things on my wall. That's always the saddest part, because once I do that, it's gonna stop feeling like my space, and it's gonna just start feeling like a place where I'm staying. So yeah, that's where I'm at. As far as just like actually leaving the UK, how I'm feeling is surprisingly pretty good. I feel just ready for it. Obviously, I'm sad to be leaving. I know that I'm going to miss being here, and once I get home, I'm going to be like, oh, this doesn't feel the same anymore. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it'll just be an adjustment. And I will miss my friends a lot. I've already had to say goodbye to most of them. But that being said, I'm so looking forward to getting home and being with my family and just being in my house and all of that stuff. So I think the excitement to see my parents is kind of outweighing my sadness to leave. I know I will be sad and I know I will cry, but I think I'll also cry tears of joy when I get home. Just like when I came here and I was just feeling like, you know, home wasn't where I was supposed to be, but Loyola wasn't where I was supposed to be either. Like, it was the right time for me to be going somewhere new. I feel like now is the right time for this sort of chapter of my life to be ending. I just feel good about going home, and then after that going back to Loyola and sort of picking it all back up. It feels like it's time. It feels like I'm just ready for it now. That being said, this will be my last video that I film here in this room in the UK, in Europe, whatever. I am planning on making one more when I get home, sort of like a study abroad in review, if you will. And with that, I would really love it if any of you guys have like questions or anything like that that you want to ask me. Leave them in the comments and I'll answer them in the video, because I want to talk about what this experience has done for me, like in length. That'll be the next thing you see after this, and I will be doing it from my room at home, which is so crazy. But yeah, I've got a lot more work to do packing up, but it is fast approaching. Hangers are the